Hello, everyone. I'm a mentor that some people know, some people don't. And I usually tell people that I work with that if you're scared of doing something, the best way to get through that is to actually do the thing. So today I hit the go live button on both LinkedIn and YouTube. And here I am live, a little bit panicky, but I trust my audience and I trust people to be supportive of people doing new things. So here I am. I hit live. One of the things I wanted to talk about, though, was a lot of people have been interested in the layoff from Microsoft and a little bit of my experience. And first of all, I am actually very grateful for the time that I was at Microsoft. Many people don't know that I had to overcome a really long employment gap, almost 20 years. As a military spouse, I once moved as soon as, let's see, when I was younger, I was in tech. And then I ended up moving to support my husband. And when we got into that first kind of rural area, the job opportunities were a lot less. So I ended up saying, well, I'll just stay home with my kids and follow that path. And it was, that time was also awesome. But when I decided to get back into tech in 2016, I had what felt like an insurmountable sort of mountain to climb. And Microsoft was the company that gave me that chance. So I will always be grateful for my time there, even though right now I'm a little bit frustrated at how things went down. So, as far as the story goes, I was aware the layoffs were coming because I'm in this space where I mentor job seekers all the time. And I just kept seeing what was happening to them and a lot of the trends that were happening in the industry. I would look at LinkedIn news and see, okay, another 10,000 people were laid off here, another 6,000 people were laid off here. And that part of started getting really nerve wracking. So I started watching things like Team Blind and just, I know that's anonymous. I know that it could be rumor, but I did actually see some information about my division even having layoffs. So that caught my attention. And I just kind of kept an eye on it. But I also knew where I was in the organization and the role that I was doing. I was actually brought in to help another PM because her workload had gotten a little unwieldy. So, because of that, I knew that my role was vulnerable if you looked all the way down that organizational change and or chain. Sorry. Um, and I just saw that. I was like, well, okay, if it comes to my division, it's probably me. In fact, I could give you verifiable sources that I've said many times. If it comes down the chain, it's gonna probably be me. So as it got close to the time, the rumors on Team Blind said that that layoffs were coming. I was just expecting to see that email that said, uh, important business update, please prioritize. And on the morning of May 13th, I did get that email. And I knew right then and there, this was my time. Now, what I didn't expect was that so many of my coworkers that I thought were vital in their roles would also receive that email. And we started sharing quickly, oh, did you get it? Did you get it? And we realized this is going to be a much broader impact than maybe we thought at the start. So I attended that meeting and it was very, I call it dehumanizing. And really what made it that was we joined a call and it was completely anonymized. So we couldn't turn on our cameras, we couldn't turn on our mics, we couldn't have a profile image or anything. We were all turned into little circles with A's for anonymous. And we also couldn't see who else was in that call with us, but we could see the number of people there. So as it was happening, I saw the number just ticking up, ticking up, ticking up. And at the highest, I saw 147 as the count. There were two people from HR there, and then our VP and a person, there were two people, one from HR and one from our VP. And I could tell immediately that we were being told through a script, probably because who the VP, as she was doing it, was no doubt struggling with it and knowing what she had to do. If I had to lay off 145 plus people, I know not everybody was on that call, I would bumble through words a lot as well. So I tried to even have empathy in that moment, uh, but it was hard because there's that blow when it comes to a layoff of, wow, I gave so much and so much time, and I thought my role was important. I even thought other people's roles were way more vital. So I didn't understand, and I still don't understand the direction that the company was choosing to go or why they were making the cuts that they made. So the whole meeting lasted about 8 to 10 minutes. I recorded the whole thing, maybe for posterity for myself, maybe just because I needed to have that thing to reference in the future, like, oh, this was a really pivotal moment in life. And I still needed to process it. From there, I immediately got on calls with my coworkers that had just been laid off, and we had a meeting scheduled right after that whole announcement. And we were texting and talking and saying, do we go to this? Do we actually just tell people we're not going to be there? And we decided we did want to. So we went to our next meeting and just said, hi, we've been laid off. Oh, and our manager has too. And the projects that were being talked about were actually really high priority. And we were involved quite a bit in that. I would say almost not exclusively, but close to it. So we were involved in it, and we were just gone. So that I remember one of the people we were in the meeting with, when I said the people that were impacted that I knew about, just threw up his hands and was like, what are we supposed to do here? And I said, I don't know. I'm going to go garden. And I didn't garden. Actually, I ended up tying up a lot of loose ends and telling our vendor teams that we were not going to be there, kind of processing it with other people who had been laid off through chat, trying to figure out, where do we even go? What paperwork do we need to do? Have we gotten this or that? And sending emails as far as like the HR docs, pay stubs, things like that, to my own account. And it was kind of frantic. I did come on LinkedIn and then post an open to work post. Really, maybe it was way too soon after it. It was within the first 3 hours, and the support was overwhelming. So I do thank everyone for that. It was a big deal. It meant a lot, and it still means a lot that so many people were there for those moments. And then we just had to detach like that. It was just, oh, it's done. We're done. Well, now what? So I pulled a bunch of Post-it notes off of the board that I had been using to track my tasks and decompressed, I thought. But then the thing is that when you have experienced something like this, or as I experienced something like this, it took a long time for me to actually get to the point where I was able to decompress at all. I would wake up in the middle of the night worried about how I wasn't accomplishing enough work for that week. And when I had my sync with my manager on Monday, I wouldn't have anything to report. And then I had to kind of tell my brain to settle down. But as my therapist says, you can't win an argument with your brain. So a lot of those nights I would just lay up at night and I wonder, well, what's next? What's next? So I've had so much support, and that's been wonderful. I decided, instead of hopping immediately into job searching, that I wanted to start a podcast, start giving back a little bit more, taking some of the free time that I have and looking for ways to help other people. And I've had a side hustle for a while, so I said, oh, I can finally try and get this thing off the ground. And then I'm going to be bringing in guests very soon to talk about networking and professional networking, how it's changed their perspectives, their lives, and how it can help you as well. So I would love if anybody sees this after the fact, because I certainly didn't schedule it. I just said, I'm nervous about this thing. I'm going to hit the live button, and already I feel less nervous than when I started. So if you're seeing this and there are guests or topics that you think would be important to you, especially if you're brand new to LinkedIn or professional networking, I would love to know what those are. If you have zero idea where to start, maybe you were just recently laid off and you're like, what do I do here? I have put together a networking organization tool that allows you to track jobs and post. It gives you a lot of templates and suggestions on how to get started. And you can download that at mentor.jacquelinewittes.com, just like my name here on the screen. And I hope that's helpful. And look, I went live and I didn't die. I also didn't get but maybe 3 watchers. So also thank you for those who stopped in, even for a second. I appreciate it. And there, now the Band-Aid is ripped off and I don't have to be as afraid of this anymore. I can actually feel anxiety going down. So proving the point to anyone scared to post or connect or reach out, just do the thing. It might turn out better than you thought. Have a great day. And tomorrow I have the mentorship call that I do. It is at the link aka.ms/mentorship live. It is at 10:30 Pacific every Friday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific every Friday. I host it with me and another colleague who used to be from Microsoft and one who still is, and then another who helps run the whole thing and administer the whole thing and is chiming in with advice a lot more. So come join us. It's completely open and friendly. No questions a bad question. And we really do welcome all. So even if you don't want to come, let someone else know about it. Have a great day.